Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Arlene. Today we're making a green bean casserole, another Thanksgiving side dish. Now this recipe, I got it from the Live Right website. Anytime I'm looking for recipes, it shows up. So I am going to attempt to make it. I love green beans. However, there are some ingredients that I completely took out. One, because I don't think they're necessary. And two, cornstarch. Cornstarch is not allowed on the 5-in-1. I even asked nutritional support again, and they said, take it out if you can. If you don't need it, don't use it. And I really don't think he needs it. Cornstarch is used as a thickening agent, and this recipe doesn't have a lot of liquid, so we're gonna take it out completely. As always, check in the description box. There's a little triangle on the right side. Click on it. The recipe, the breakdown, and the measurements for the recipe show up. Everything you need to know about this recipe is in that little box, or any of my recipes for that matter. Okay, let me give you the ingredients. First thing we're gonna need is to start off today's dish, green beans. And I used frozen green beans. And all I did is I microwaved them according to the package directions. I didn't cook them completely. They're a little hard still, but they're cooked on the inside. They're not gonna be in the oven for that long, and I don't want them to be super crispy, but I don't want them to be mushy like when they come from the can. Not my preference. So green beans. I have 2% cheddar cheese, reduced fat. I have non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Some fresh minced garlic. Light sour cream, and it has to be the light. Some white button mushrooms sliced. I bought mine already pre-sliced, but if you have the regular ones, just slice them up. No big deal. Some Parmesan cheese, and I have reduced fat, but you can use the regular one. I just don't have the regular one. I use reduced fat almost for everything, so that's the one I'm going to use. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook our mushrooms. I'll be right back. In a skillet with a little bit of either cooking spray or olive oil, I am going to add my fresh minced garlic and my mushrooms. And I am going to cook them completely. They're going to shrink a little, and they're going to turn in like a brownish color. That's exactly what you want. As soon as this is done, I'll come back and show you the rest. The mushrooms are cooked. They have reduced in size, and they're nice and brownish. Now we're going to turn our stove off, and we're going to let this sit until they cool off a little. We don't want to handle them when they're too hot. We're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. We're going to move to the back counter and get all these ingredients put together. Be back in a few. Alrighty, we're in the back side of the stove. Okay, in a bowl, I have my yogurt, and I am going to add the light sour cream. I'm going to mix these two really well. And to that, we're going to add the green beans. And remember, the green beans are slightly cooked. They're soft, but they're not completely mushy. And we're going to combine these gently. We don't want those green beans to break apart. That's why we wanted them to be cooled off a little. Because when they're hot, they tend to break apart when you mix them. We want this to be super tasty, but we want it to look pretty too. Okay, I could eat this right now. It's ready for me. Okay, to this, we're gonna add the cooled off mushrooms. I'll be back. Here are my mushrooms. We're gonna add those to the green bean and yogurt and sour cream mixture. And we want them to cool off a little also, because they tend to break apart real well. And gently, we're gonna fold this. So pretty. I make this dish all the time, minus the cheese. But it was in the website, and every time I open that website, it stares at me. So I said, let me try it with the cheese. Now that everything is well combined, we're going to add the shredded cheese. I already pre-measured, so I know what I can use. And we're gonna fold gently again. Okay, now that everything is well combined, we're gonna grab a baking dish, and I already lightly sprayed it with cooking spray. We're gonna place our mixture in the baking dish. Make sure you put everything in there. You took the time to measure, put it in there. And we're gonna spread it so it looks pretty and it cooks evenly. I think I'm gonna like it with the cheese. Everything tastes better with cheese, right? Okay. Now you're gonna grab your Parmesan cheese and you're gonna sprinkle that over the top. This is gonna form like a little crusty top, and it's gonna give it that salt. We don't need salt for this because of all the cheese. And it's gonna give it that golden color. Beautiful. We're gonna put this in a 350-degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes. I'll be back in 30 minutes to show you the end. It's ready. All the cheese has melted and the Parmesan is golden and crispy on the top. Yum. And there you have it, guys. Green bean casserole. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next video. Enjoy.